What is up? For those of you guys who have been applying to California UC colleges, well, if you're watching this video, the deadline's already over. It ended November 30th, I think. For those who applied before November 30th for, the California UC colleges, like UC Berkeley, UCLA, UC San Diego, etc., then I wish you guys the best of luck of the results that are going to come out later next year, early next year. Once you finish up your application and you submit it, there's nothing you can do at that point, so don't be stressing about what the results are going to be. At that point, you just gotta rest, just chill, and then just wait until early next year until the results come out. That's the only thing you can do. So don't be stressing about that stuff after submitting your application. You can be stressing about it before, but after, it's already too late. What are you gonna do? Ask them to give your application back? That's not a really good sight, So out of all the community college videos I've been posting, I've been getting a lot of questions regarding my personal life regarding community college, and a lot of the questions that are asked, I've answered them several times, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on the questions form or the questions video, which I haven't done in a while, but I've been getting a lot of the same questions over and over and over. I have answered them several times, but for me, I don't really like repeating myself, so I decided to make this video solely dedicated on the questions regarding my transfer process. These questions I'm probably never gonna answer again. So any of you guys still interested in these questions of mine, come back to this video and watch this video again, because I will answer every single question that you guys are asking me. So let's go. Question number 1, where did you go to CC? I went to Las Positas College and Chabot College, 2 different community college. Las Positas is in Livermore, California. Chabot is in Hayward, California. The reason why I went to 2 different colleges, 2 different community colleges, was because I wanted to fulfill all my GEs, all my required classes necessary for USC. My main college, the college that I went to, the majority, I say like 70%, they didn't offer all the classes that USC was asking for. So I went to another community college, Chabot, which is about an hour drive. And at that college, they offered the classes that I needed. But in my case, it was a unique case because Chabot College and Las Positas, even though the names are different and even though they're an hour away in completely different cities, there's something called a satellite school. So if I got a grade at college A that I went to and college B, both those grades came out on one transcript, even though I went to 2 different schools. So that was kind of cool. So if I took history at Las Positas and math at Chabot, then at the end of the semester they would still come out on one paper transcript. That's why I went to 2 different community colleges. Question number 2. This question I've been getting asked so many times, but let's clear it up. What did you major in at community college? At community college, you don't really have to declare a major, from my experience, I think. But the major that I wrote on my application for community college was business administration, because I was very interested in business. But even though I majored in business admin, I don't even know if I got a degree in that at community college. I'm pretty sure I should have got my associate's degree, which is like the 2-year degree at a community college, but I don't even know if I got it or not. I'm pretty sure I fulfilled all the requirements needed for that degree, but dude, I don't care about a fucking associate's degree. My goal was to transfer to USC and get a degree from USC. So, I didn't really go back to my community college and ask for my associates, because to me, that's just no point. I have no interest on an associate's. Formal major wise at a community, I did sign up for business administration, I'm pretty sure. Question 2B, part of this question, what did you major at USC? So when I went to community college, my intention was to major to go into USC's business school, USC's Marshall School of Business, because dude, I'm for sure a business-minded person. You know, I've been debating like what kind of fields I was interested in. I know I'm not an engineer. I know I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a, what else is there? Like a graphic designer. My whole life, you know, I did some self-reflection. Like, I'm a pretty business-minded person, I realized. And it's something that I enjoy, that I really, really enjoy. And it's something that I want to learn and get better at. Because of this, I wanted to go to USC Business School. You know, when I looked at the required classes needed at community college, I had to take a bunch of math classes, like business calculus, like calculus 1, calculus 2. And even though I was, you know, a business-minded person and I wanted to go into USC Business School, you know, after taking pre-calc at community college my first semester, dude, even though I got an A in that class, dude, I had to study so fucking hard to get that A. And I didn't know if I could maintain that same level if I had to take business calc and calc 1 and calc 2 and etc. Because calculus, math is my worst subject. I don't know why, I'm just not wired. My brain isn't wired for that kind of fields. You know, at the same time, I wanted to go to USC. That was the only school I wanted to go to. So, you know, I changed my entire game plan. I said, all right, I'm gonna major in communications, go to Annenberg School of Communication and Journalism at USC, because I was also interested in that field. I wanted to work in entertainment, you know, the music and the sports industry, but the business side. You know, the communication school at USC is #1 in the nation, so it offered a lot of great opportunities of that. But at the same time, I also wanted to experience the business school life at USC. So I minored in business marketing. So basically, I got the best of both worlds. I went to USC School of Journalism and Communication. You know, that was a great experience. Even though the communication classes, for the most part, was kind of retarded. It was like a lot of theory and like writing and stuff, but that school specifically opened my perspective on, you know, how big this industry really is. If you go to the #1 communication school in the United States, I mean, something has to be better than other schools, and USC clearly showed me that, just by like the facility, the technology, the connections to the industry they have. Like, that shit is real. I didn't just want to do you know, communications, I wanted to do business. So I got the marketing minor and I applied to several marketing courses at USC. Dude, to be honest, even though I took less business classes than communication classes, because business was my minor, dude, I learned so much from those classes. Like, that was like, I'm not really a big lover of like, I don't get attachment to teachers or anything. Like, sometimes I may have good teachers and I'm like, oh yeah, this teacher's chill, but you know, it's done at that point. But there were some professors who, you know, I was influenced by a lot. Even after the semester ended and the class ended, I would visit them, not regularly, but periodically, just to keep in touch and just, you know, talk to them and get their insights. For me, I have no regrets going this path. Even though I went to the communication route, which is much easier in terms of getting a 4.0 than, you know, an engineer or a doctor, you know, the fact that I took the communication route and at the same time had experience with the business school at USC, I thought that was an excellent decision. You know, now looking back, I have no regrets. I just met so many diverse people, so many cool people, and so many influential people, which changed my perspective on a lot of things in life. So no regrets for that. Question number 4, how many years did you spend at community college? I get this a lot too. Community college, I went 2013 to 2015, so 2 years at community college. I could have transferred in 1, but I wanted to leave no room for error. I wanted to get into USC the best chance possible, so I spent the 2 years, fulfilled literally everything I needed to fulfill to get into USC. And then after getting in, I spent 3 years at USC. You know, even though a traditional school, a college year is 4 years, I took another year because I took up a minor, a business minor, a business marketing minor, so I had to take a couple more classes for that. My last semester at USC, I literally took like 8 units, which is nothing. So I was like a part-time student, and then I just worked like 50 hours a week So like the last semester was chill in terms of classes. You know, I still lived the full 3 years at Los Angeles at USC, which was a good experience. Question number 5, did you get financial aid at USC? Yes, I did. I got a half ride to USC. I talked about this in another video of mine, but when I was applying to USC, my main focus was getting 4.0. I didn't even think of financial aid and, you know, scholarships and stuff like that. I knew that kind of stuff was out there, but my priority was just to get a 4.0. But once I got my 4.0 and submitted my application, and once I got accepted, I also got a notification that I got a half ride because of my GPA, and I had no idea. So, you know, I got my application to USC, like, oh, you got accepted. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I got another letter and it was like, oh, you got half ride. And I was like, oh shit. Dude, to be honest, I was more excited getting the half ride than the application, which is pretty ironic. You know, even with the half ride I got, I still had to take out loans. I still had to do financial aid because, dude, USC is just, it's a very expensive school. Even though it's a good school, it's one of the top schools in the nation, it comes at a cost, dude. It's expensive. It's you know, $70K a year, maybe on average, and that's equivalent to, you know, someone's yearly salary if you think about it, sometimes more. So because of that, I had to take out financial aid, and I'm still paying out those loans right now. Every month I'm paying, you know, a certain fee, and that's gonna be around for a while, for a couple years. If money is the issue for college, because I was debating that too. Dude, if you get accepted into a good school, dude, don't worry about the money. Don't worry about the loans. Take out loans. Even though being in debt is bad, dude, if you have an opportunity to go to a top 25, bro, don't think about the money. Pay that off later once you do well. You know, take the step by step. Money is important, you know, being financially sufficient is very important, but dude, you're not gonna have an opportunity like this again to go to a good school if you get accepted. So if you get that acceptance letter, dude, take advantage and go. That's my best advice to you. The money stuff, the financials, figure it out later. For me personally, I'm not a hella wealthy person. You know, I have to take out loans. I have to, you know, do financial aid and stuff like that. But after graduating, and even though I'm still in debt, the experiences and the perspectives that I've learned and I've gained, and the insights I've gained, it's just incomparable to, you know, $70,000, to be honest. If financials is a problem, I say don't worry about it. You know, don't be stupid about it. You know, be wise. You know, don't be taking out 100% loans or anything like that. You know, be smart with it. Number 6, where are you from? So I've been getting this question too. Why are people curious where I'm from? But I've mentioned it, and you know, in my videos, I feel like I give out some clues on like stuff I'll wear. I'm from the Bay Area, in the suburbs. I'm not in the city. I do go out to San Francisco, Berkeley, Oakland area a decent amount because I do some business there, but I am from the suburbs, the burbs. You know, I'm not gonna tell you the specific city, the specific address, you know, my zip code, but I am from the Bay Area. But occasionally I also go to Fresno area, Fresno, Clovis, you know, Central Valley area, because I got an apartment there. And I go back and forth to do some business. But right now, since it's the holidays, I'm back at home for about a month, and then I'll be back in Central Valley. Question number 7, why did you choose USC out of all the other colleges? That's a good question. So for me, USC was always my dream school since high school, but it was kind of like the thing where, you know, my grades were not even close to USC. So it was always like a dream, you know? And then once I submitted my applications in high school, I realized that the chances of getting to USC was like 1%. It was just like so low, you know? But then once I got to community college and then I started out on a clean slate, that's when I was like, you know what? Clean slate. For all you history buffs out there, Tabula Rasa by John Locke. Search it up, AP Euro, AP European History. So basically, you know, once I got to community college, my resume was clear, was clean. I can do whatever I want at that point. I could fuck it up, not try, or I could try and try to do well. And that's the path I decided to go to. You know, USC, I was always interested in business, but I was also really interested in the the music industry and also the sports industry. I did some live sports broadcasting, directing and producing at USC's television station, and I enjoyed it and I met a lot of cool people, but career wise it just wasn't for me. I'm trying to make those big bucks, bro. I'm just playing. But I was interested in that, and you know, I was also interested in the music industry, so I got an internship at a record label and talent agency in Los Angeles, and I did that for about 1.5 years, and that was a good experience, but I just couldn't see myself working there long term as a career. You know, even though, you know, right now I'm not pursuing the entertainment, sports industry or music industry path, you know, I gained a lot of experience and a lot of insight and things that I would never have been able to experience if I didn't go to USC. You know, the stereotype around USC when I was in high school, before I attended USC was, you know, this school is rich. It's like a bunch of spoiled people, you know, a lot of wealthy, influential kids who paid their way in, which is kind of true. You know, there are people like that. And, you know, I was just curious, like, yo, let's see how influential this place is. Let's see how wealthy this place is. You know, impress me. And once I got there, I was very impressed. It impressed me greatly, and it changed my, sounds kind of corny, dude, but it kind of changed my life drastically. It really did. You know, I do tell my parents and my friends, like, dude, it was like a life-changing experience. But, you know, those are just words. You know, they don't understand. Like, they haven't experienced, they haven't seen what I've seen. But if you guys do go to USC specifically, dude, that school is pretty crazy. Both good and bad, but there were more goods than bad for me. All right, so this video is getting kind of long. I think it's over 20 minutes, but after editing, it might be a little bit shorter. I decided to make this video a bit longer to clear up some questions that you guys were also curious about. But for those who are applying to colleges later in the year, later next year, like I said in my last video, take this shit serious, bro. Come on, this is your life. You gotta take action. You can half-ass shit, not do much, be lazy, make excuses, and just be mediocre and be average, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that, you know? But hey man, for me, if I have one chance to live my life, might as well make it worthwhile. Some words of wisdom.